Dinosaur Tournaments number 6. Now I'm excited to do this. But let's get started, shall we? First up, we have the Therizinosaurus versus the Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus tries to whip the Therizinosaurus, but he misses. The Therizinosaurus opens his claws up. He's trying to scare her away, but it's not working. The Ankylosaurus is very aggressive and cautious. He tries to kick her, but the Therizinosaurus manages to grab his tail and throw him. Now, as you can see, the Ankylosaurus has spikes, so the Therizinosaurus will have to be careful at the same time. The Therizinosaurus whips the Ankylosaurus, causing a little graze since the Therizinosaurus's tail is quite fluffy, like kind of spiky. The Therizinosaurus is much bigger than the Ankylosaurus, but that doesn't stop the Ankylosaurus from dominating. The Therizinosaurus has been knocked onto the ground. She is angry, so she brings her claws up and scratches the Ankylosaurus, and then jumps onto her. The Ankylosaurus is really stuck. Therizinosaurus has blocked the Ankylosaurus from moving. She uses the claws and keeps scratching the Ankylosaurus, but then she does a very smart move, and she lifts him up and throws him to the other side. The Therizinosaurus is very, very cautious at the moment. But the Therizinosaurus is also scared because the Clubtail's tactic is to whip her. The whip actually works, and she gets striked right by the head. The Ankylosaurus tries to dominate again, but misses. Therizinosaurus tries to catch him, but the Therizinosaurus gets her claws stuck in the ground. The perfect opportunity for the Ankylosaurus to whip her away and kill her. The Therizinosaurus is out. Next up, we have two dinosaurs that haven't been in the game before, which is the Metriacanthosaurus. I wish he had power because he had the most battery for the longest actually, but then his power disappeared. See? Versus the Styracosaurus or the Chasmosaurus. So the Chasmosaurus tries to attack, but the Metriacanthosaurus dodges. He really wants to bite his crest, but the middle part's the only part he can attack since those spikes are on the other side. The Metriacanthosaurus gets whipped. The Chasmosaurus may be a lot smaller, but he is a lot more aggressive at the moment. The Chasmosaurus then throws the Metriacanthosaurus to the other side. The Metriacanthosaurus tries to use his legs, but he dodges. He then aims for the horn. He has to be very careful with the horn, though. If he manages to rip some spikes off, then he can literally just bite anywhere. The spikes are very useful for the Chasmosaurus. He is so strong that he actually manages to lift the Metriacanthosaurus almost into the camera. The Metriacanthosaurus has to be careful because the Styracosaurus traps him, like he's stuck. He can't get out because the camera's on one side. And then the Styracosaurus or Chasmosaurus lifts him up and throws him. There he is over there. He's in absolute pain right now. Since the Metriacanthosaurus is fast, he manages to use his tail to whip the Chasmosaurus. Then tries to bite the tail but misses. And then the horn spikes the Metriacanthosaurus again. This is when he's trying to find it hard. He's finding it hard to get back up. They start circling around each other, both feeling very cautious at the moment. Oh no, the Metriacanthosaurus has made a mistake. The spike digs right into his lips and he starts to bleed and puke it all out. The Chasmosaurus then aims at him using his horn. He thinks he's won. He may have just won. Oh no, he's not done yet. The Chasmosaurus goes to the other side, so that means the Metriacanthosaurus doesn't know where he is. He's looking everywhere for him. And then all of a sudden, the Chasmosaurus flips the Metriacanthosaurus. He can't get up. And then hits right onto the head. And he then flies right into the elimination zone. So Ceratosaurus, wins. Our next battle is Velociraptor Blue versus Velociraptor Blue. So the difference is that his skin is darker than his, and his eyes are grey, and his eyes are yellow. So I decided to put them against each other. So I forgot they're both females. The Light Raptor gets the first attack and scratches the Dark Raptor everywhere. Blue, the Velociraptor Dark, is already quite injured. But then she gets thrown right into the camera. She actually managed to stand. She now keeps her mouth open for the whole game. So then they meet up and push each other, like they push both of each other down. The dark one manages to get out first and starts scratching the lighter one everywhere. And then that was a really hard scratch. Oh my goodness. And then he gets thrown. Is this the end for the lighter one? Oh, he's about to land on him, and he does. Okay, he's gonna use his claws to scratch him. He then plucks the lighter raptor using his claw. The lighter raptor then bites the dark raptor's side. However, the dark raptor is blinding him. So one dinosaur is bitten and one is getting scratched. The scratch from the dark raptor was really strong that time. The light raptor is injured. The light raptor's finding it hard to get up, but she won't give up. She tries to leap onto the dark raptor, but the dark raptor drop kicks her and traps her. And then he roars. Joy. She then lifts Light Raptor up and then throws her. Is this the end for the Light Raptor? I think it is. Just about has ended for the Light Raptor. And then Blue steps on the other Blue, victorious. Our final matchup of the day is the Triceratops versus the Tyrannosaurus Rex. An original battle, both dinosaurs from the last age. We have our old dinosaurs back again. Easily the most interesting battle in my opinion. They are circling around each other for quite a while. They both stand still. They're looking at each other to see where they want to attack each other from. But the T-Rex thinks quicker. He uses his tail, so the Triceratops tries to jump on her. But the T-Rex simply just kicks the Triceratops. He roars and bites her horn. The Triceratops is already injured. He uses the leg to slash. The T-Rex uses her leg to slash the Triceratops. But then the T-Rex then throws the Triceratops again and again and again. The Triceratops is really injured at the moment. She's finding it hard to keep up her good work. T-Rex bites her crest and sneakily pushes her right into the camera. And after that, the T-Rex tries to headbutt her, but he she headbutts herself and gets thrown over the camera. Luckily, she is not eliminated. The T-Rex is mightier than ever. The Triceratops then aims at his back. Oh dear. As you can see, the Triceratops is digging right in. The T-Rex is getting injured. Will he manage to survive? Oh no, the T-Rex has been knocked onto the ground. Hang on, we have a little bit of cheating going on here. There's another T-Rex who is going to agree to face the Triceratops. The Triceratops agrees and all of a sudden immediately slashes T-Rex Buck on the side. Yes, that's the name of the T-Rex. He's called T-Rex Buck and the other one's called T-Rex Doe. So, they are both on the ground very injured. The Triceratops is very aggressive today. And to begin with, the T-Rex was actually demolishing her. T-Rex Buck finally manages to get back up. I don't actually know if T-Rex Doe is dead, but the Triceratops did agree to this. T-Rex tries to jump onto her, but the Triceratops picks her up and throws her. But T-Rex Doe is still alive. She helps T-Rex Buck and throws the Triceratops. And roars, thinking she's victorious. But she's not quite victorious yet, but she almost is. Then, another slash to the other side and T-Rex Doe gets knocked again. Oh god, the Triceratops has a sneaky plan as well. She's brought her husband to go help her. So the orange Triceratops is the male. T-Rex Buck manages to get back up. But the Triceratops had an idea. So they both use their horns to trap T-Rex Buck. T-Rex Buck then gets knocked onto the ground and dies. But T-Rex Doe hasn't been finished yet. The Triceratops slashes T-Rex Doe and he knocks to the ground and she also dies. The T-Rexes are eliminated, which means all of the herbivores have advanced and one trained raptor has also advanced. Literally only one carnivore that's absolutely tiny. We might get a herbivore winner. Okay, Styracosaurus or Chasmosaurus and the Ankylosaurus are up next. The Ankylosaurus starts with the ginormous tail. It doesn't stop the Styracosaurus from lifting her up and the Ankylosaurus is quite injured already after that huge spike. This is an extraordinary move from the Chasmosaurus. The Chasmosaurus dodges the attack of the ginormous clubtail and spikes the clubtail, lifts him up, and uses the hill for damage. And the Ankylosaurus gets thrown, but she's finding it hard to get up, but uses her club to get up. So that's the sneaky move from the Ankylosaurus. She's using her club to protect her from the Styracosaurus' second horn attack. The Ankylosaurus manages to jump over the horn attack, even though having the strongest armor ever. He was going to win. Or the Styracosaurus pokes the Anky's chest. Unfortunately, the Anky can't get up, so the Styracosaurus lifts her up again and smashes her into the camera and off the competition. She wins. Blue versus the female Triceratops is up next. This time they cannot add teammates to help them. Blue starts with the Triceratops' eye by poking it. But the Triceratops responds with the tail whip. Blue is already injured. The Triceratops uses her spikes to lift Blue up, but Blue can just simply get off the horns and go on top of the Triceratops and start slashing the Triceratops ever crazy, and uses her leg to scrape and dig into the Triceratops. the Triceratops just squishes on her. So it's hard for Blue the Velociraptor to get back up. Blue dodges the horn attack, and the Triceratops misses. Blue uses the claw again, but that doesn't stop the Trike at all. She lifts Blue up really high and throws her off. Blue is actually eliminated, which means we have a herbivore finale. The Styracosaurus or Chasmosaurus has already arrived on the competition. So let's begin. The Triceratops is a lot bigger. That's what we know. They use their horns to bang into each other. They both fall to the ground. There isn't a stronger contestant in the horn contest. But the Triceratops gets up first. But the Chasmosaurus dodges the attack. Chasmosaurus and the Triceratops are circling around each other. But the Triceratops manages to scrape the Chasmosaurus' side. The Triceratops is winning the fight with the injured Chasmosaurus. The Triceratops picks the Chasmosaurus up and won't let go of her. Well, except that time. She literally won't let go. But she's also going to smash the Chasmosaurus into the camera. There's been a lot of bad horn attacks. They actually slash each other's sides. The Chasmosaurus and the Triceratops both use their horns to, injure their backs by scraping each other. They do another horn contest and the Chasmosaurus is stronger than the Triceratops. But the effort from the Chasmosaurus doesn't last forever. Her mistake had just happened. The Triceratops lifts her up again and she gets thrown into the elimination zone.